Ye stylized in lowercase letters, subtitled as The Spiritual Awakening, is the 8th studio album by American rapper and recording artist Kanye West, released on June 1, 2018, by Good Music and Def Jam Recordings. The album features guest vocals by Nicki Minaj and uncredited appearances by Kid Cudi, Ty Dolla $ign, Party Next Door, Jeremiah, Charlie Wilson, Vali, and 070 Shake. West produced the album in its entirety, with additional production by Mike Dean, Francis and the Lights and Shape Hope, among others. It is the second of 5 albums produced by West set to be released in the summer of 2018, with the 7-track album being released every week following the release of Pusha T's Daytona. The album succeeded the release of Daytona and precedes the release of West's collaboration with Kid Cudi titled Kids See Ghost, Nas' upcoming 11th studio album, and Teyana Taylor's 2nd studio album. Background: 10 days after releasing his 7th studio album, The Life of Pablo, West tweeted on February 24, 2016, that an album titled TurboGrafx-16 would be released that summer named after the video game console of the same name. Later that month, West associate Ibn Jasper posted a photo on Instagram showing West and longtime collaborators Mike Dean, Plain Pat, and Kid Cudi in a recording studio working on West's new album. A month later, in March, Quavo from the group Migos posted an image on his Instagram of him in a studio with West, with the words TurboGrafx-16 written on the wall behind them. Other artists present in the image included Lil Yachty, Vic Mensa, Offset also from Migos, Big Sean, and Tyler, the Creator. The expected summer release of the album was not met, and West began his St. Pablo tour in August of that year. The tour ended abruptly, with 22 out of 41 dates being cancelled, after West, on his Sacramento stop, embarked on a rant lasting roughly 20 minutes and ending the show after. West was admitted to psychiatric observation at UCLA Medical Center after the incident. Recording news began to surface in May 2017 that West was working on his new album on top of a mountain in Wyoming in seclusion. Similar reports emerged almost a year later, in March 2018, of various artists, including Kanye, being spotted in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. These artists were pictured or rumored to be included Kid Cudi, Nas, Pete Rock, Yasin Bey, Talib Kweli, Dave Chappelle, King Louis, Pierre Bourne, A$AP Rocky, Wheezy, Drake, Pusha T, Rick Ross, Wu-Tang Clan, Big Sean, Chance the Rapper, The Dream, Travis Scott, and the world-famous Tony Williams. Record producer Mike Dean alluded in a Twitter post to the recording sessions for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which were similarly recorded in secrecy in Hawaii. West met with Rick Rubin, the executive producer on West's previous 2 albums, Yeezus 2013 and The Life of Pablo 2016, in April 2018. Later that month, West met with and previewed the album for radio host Charlemagne the God. Artwork: the artwork for You was taken by West on his iPhone on his way to his album listening party on May 31, 2018, hours before the release of the album. It features snowy mountains in Jackson Hole, the area where the album was recorded and produced, with the text reading "I hate being bipolar, it's awesome" scribbled on in green. Release and promotion: West announced the release date for his 8th solo album, June 1, via Twitter on April 19, 2018. Additional announcements included the release date of his collaborative album with Kid Cudi titled Kids See Ghost to be released on June 8, a Teyana Taylor album to be released June 22, and Pusha T's album, Daytona, released on May 25. On April 22, West announced over Twitter a Nas album to be released June 15, and then clarified that all albums announced by him were to be produced by him. West promised on Twitter on April 27 to drop a song with a verse that will bring Ebro the closure he's been seeking, referring to Ebro Darden's criticism of his recent support for President Donald Trump. The song, Lift Yourself, starts with an instrumental for the first 2 minutes, heavily sampling Liberty by the group Amnesty. When West appears, he begins rapping nonsensical words, including poopy-dee scoop scoop diddy whoop, and then the song abruptly ends shortly after. West premiered a song 2 hours after Lift Yourself titled Ye vs. the People featuring T.I. The song is structured like a back-and-forth conversation between T.I. and Kanye West, with T.I. playing the role of West's fans offended by his political views, with West replying to him by defending himself and his stance. On April 28, 2018, Kanye West tweeted a text conversation between him and Wes Lang. The text conversation included West showing the initial cover for the album, and an explanation of its concept, followed by him asking for help naming the album. West replied, "Love everyone," to which West replied, "I love that." The presented cover art showed plastic surgeon Jan Adams, who performed a liposuction and mammoplasty operation on West's mother, Donda West, which led to complications and eventually her death a day after. Within the texts, West explains that he wants to forgive and stop hating, implying that the situation regarding his mother's death led to him harboring hatred for the plastic surgeon. Citation needed. On April 30, Adams responded to the news of the cover in the form of an open letter, asking West to cease and desist using my photo or any image of me to promote your album or any of your work, citing evidence from the official coroner's report on Donda West's death which shows negligence of Donda West's nurse and the aftercare being a factor in her death, that the actual surgery was performed properly, and adds that he is willing to sit down with West to have a face-to-face conversation. West responded to the letter on his Twitter saying, "This is amazing. Thank you so much for this connection, brother. I can't wait to sit with you and start healing." West posted a video on Twitter on May 15 that featured possible working track listings of the upcoming albums he is working on. A listening party took place for the album on May 31 in Jackson, Wyoming, with West broadcasting a live stream of the listening party through the Wave app. The listening party invited a variety of guests, such as Chris Rock, Ty Dolla $ign, Kim Kardashian, Kid Cudi, Lil Yachty, Nas, Pusha T, Fabulous, Designer, 2 Chainz, Candace Owens, Sci-Hi the Prince and others, and the album title was announced. Critical reception. Ye received positive reviews from critics. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from mainstream publications, the album received an average score of 67 based on 6 reviews. In a positive review, Alexis Petridis of The Guardian stated, "For all its brevity, Ye doesn't feel slight. Substantially more focused than its predecessor, it packs a lot into 23 minutes. It is bold, risky, infuriating, compelling and a little exhausting, a vivid reflection of its author." Lucy Jones of the Daily Telegraph concluded that Ye is an album about Kanye's state of mind, his family, and a narration of what's been going on in his shaky-ass year. The beats are great. Lyrically, it's fine. Whatever you think of his politics, his songwriting, sample hunting and beat-making remain dynamic, surprising and ballsy. Clayton Purdom of the AV Club concluded that Kanye West can still create thunderous blasts of sound on par with anyone on the planet, and yes, best moments are reminders of that. It's a prismatic album, reflecting its creator's entire body of work and also whatever you think about him going in. In a negative review, Zachary Hoskins of Slant Magazine described the album as a mix of the weakest moments from the life of Pablo, stating that it just feels unfinished, as if he wanted to avoid another debacle like the rollout of the also unfinished Pablo and turned in a rough draft to make deadline. Track listing. Credits adapted from Tidal. No. Title writers producers length. 1. I Thought About Killing You. Kanye West, Mike Dean, Francis Starlight, Benny Blanco. West Dean 434. 2. Yikes. West Dean, James Mbaraka, Ching Ayu Bagata. West Diana, Apex Martin 308. 3. All Mine. West Dean Starlight. West Deanna, Francis and the Lights 225. 4. Wouldn't Leave. West Dean, Reverend W.A. Donaldson. West Dean 325. 5. No Mistakes. West Dean, Edwin Hawkins, Ricky Walters, Che Pope. West Popea Dean 203. 6. Ghost Town. West Dean, Trade Martin, Shirley Ann Lee. West Deanna, Francis and the Lights, Blob 431. 7. Violent Crimes. West 335. Total length 2341. Personnel. Credits adapted from Tidal. Mike Dean, Engineering, Mixing. Mike Malkikoff, Engineering. Zach Jurek, Engineering. Andrew Dawson, Engineering. Tracks 2, 7. Programming. Tracks 2, 7. William J. Sullivan, Engineering. Track 5. Mauricio Iragori, Recording Engineering. Track 6. Sean Solimer, Assistant Recording Engineering. Tracks 1 to 5. Jess Jackson, Mixing. John Francis, Engineering.